As a lifelong Chicago Bears fan, one of my responsibilities is to hate whoever the quarterback is for the Green Bay Packers. And for the past decade and a half, that has been Aaron Rodgers. Now, of course, I acknowledge the incredible talent that Aaron Rodgers has. I acknowledge the fact that he has owned the Chicago Bears over the course of his career. But at the same time, I have to hate him. That is my job as a Bears fan. Well, the mainstream media's had an interesting relationship with Aaron Rodgers for the past 15 years or so. It's been pretty good. They've had a general good relationship with Aaron Rodgers until he started to question authority, until he started to say things that didn't align with their narrative. Now, he's enemy number one in the NFL because he continues to speak out against authority. He continues to speak out against the COVID nonsense and the vaccines, and they are not happy about it. So when he went on Pat McAfee's show, which is probably the most influential sports show right now, I watch it far more than I watch anything like Woke ESPN. Well, he went on there and he gave his most recent book suggestion for their book club. And I knew when I heard it, I predicted what it would be. I thought to myself, how funny is it if he pulls out something like, 1984 or something like that? And that's exactly what he did. NFL World reacts to Aaron Rodgers' book selection. Rodgers couldn't be more, quote, college sophomore who just took his first political science class if he tried. And of course, this is written by the mainstream sports media, and all the mainstream sports media despises the fact that Aaron Rodgers is continuing to talk to Pat McAfee, who they also hate, and that he's suggesting people read 1984. Every week, Packers quarterback appears on the Pat McAfee show, and every week does something that reaffirms he's the most college sophomore 38-year-old man in America. This week, Rodgers ventured into self-parody by selecting George Orwell's 1984 as his book club pick. And why don't we just listen to the man himself? Now, we're going to skip around here because this is like a 5-minute segment, so I want you to hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for book number 2 of the Aaron Rodgers Tuesday Book Club 2.0. Aaron Rodgers is telling us to read what book?
Does a little drum roll, and I want to fast forward to where I think he's going to start talking about it.
And again,
The Bible.
it's
Boom.
it's one of the most famous fiction books written. Definitely the most famous fiction book written in 1949, and it's called 1984.
George Orwell.
Georgie.
Oh, this is going to be some shit, right? This book is something, obviously. I've heard about this book before. This is going to start a conversation that, of course, Aaron wants us to read this book.
I would love for you to read the book. I know AJ's already read the book. He's told me about it. Maybe just the cliff notes, but
So I know what it means.
yeah, it's an interesting book, especially in the context of our time. It's written in 1949 by a guy named George Orwell about a dystopian future of 1984, where a lot of the things that he wrote about could have some correlation to things going on in our world today in 2022, and especially when the government renames a division of it the Ministry of Truth, which is the organization that the main character of the book, Winston Smith, actually works for. It's an organization that rewrites history every single day to change what is true, but maybe anti the party ruling, or maybe undermining the people in charge. They rewrite history in order to fit a narrative that better suits the talking heads of the day. So very fascinating book. It actually got pulled, I think, from...
And he talks a little more about it, and it's the rest of the segment. And at the end, Pat McAfee says something to the effect of, there's going to be a lot of people on Twitter mad about this, isn't there, Aaron? There's going to be a lot of people that are upset you want to just read this book. That's what's going to happen, because you knew that would be the case, and that's exactly what we have. People going after Aaron Rodgers for suggesting 1984. 1984 has been at the tip of a lot of people's tongues lately because a lot of the things that the government's been doing, a lot of the things that we see happening in the media that's specifically made to make you think that something else is going on, to gaslight you, to hide things from you, to hide the truth from you. Even when it's self-evident what's going on, that's the reason why 1984 has been very relevant to the conversation the past several years. But you knew that these things would happen. Bobby Wagner, the book I want to recommend, especially in these times, is 1984. They've got the big brain meme guy right here who thinks he's so classy. Congrats to anyone who had under 2.5 weeks on Aaron Rodgers Tuesday Book Club discussing 1984. People will mock this, but I think it's nice he finally found his psychedelics and Orwell/Rand phase. Those can be formative years for a 40-year-old. Whoever said Rodgers becoming a 20-year-old for the first time is very accurate. Proof 15 years of dominating my Chicago Bears. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. Dominating the Chicago Bears turns you into the fake smart guy. Don't let it happen to you. And it went on and on and on social media because That's what the media has been pushing. The media has been pushing people to despise Aaron Rodgers, to hate him because he speaks out, hate him for what he said, rightfully so, about so many of the things that the government was pushing during this pandemic, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. He continues to go on Pat McAfee show each and every Tuesday and inevitably causes some kind of stir, and if it's pissing the media off, even as a Bears fan, I am all for it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.